Why do I write? I write self-help books. So my focus on writing is to encourage and inspire someone else to help see them go after that goal or dream or do just better in life. I want to see people accomplish and live a life greater than they even imagine. So the hopes is that my writings will be that voice that speaks to them and encourages them, enlightens them. We have enough things that tell us what we can't do and what we can't accomplish and we're not good enough. So hopefully my books do the opposite. It tells you are good enough, you're smart enough, you're wise enough, you're gifted enough and talented enough, and you can accomplish it and achieve it. So I write to inspire my readers, encourage them, let them know that anything is possible. What inspires me to write? That could be a lot of things. It could be something I see on the street. It could be a sign. It could be a building. It could be something I read. It could be a TV show. It could be a dream. It could be a thought. Anything inspires me to write. It's endless. I've watched something. I've watched a word or saw a word on something, and I took that word and turned it into a poem, or I heard someone talking, or I heard a sermon, and it was a piece of the sermon or the talk that made me think in a different direction about a topic, and I've written about that. It could be anything. I think as a writer, you got to be open to any opportunity to write, and don't stop writing. Just write about anything. Write whatever's in your heart. What do I like most about writing? It's the opportunity to take what's inside of you and bring it into reality. It's kind of like doing a business. When you create a business starts as a thought or an idea, and you go through the process of starting the business, getting whatever the product you want to try to build, and getting it together and then getting it out to the market and selling it. So a book is the same thing. You have these thoughts and these ideas in your mind. So you're taking those thoughts and now you're putting them on paper or on a computer file, and you're collaborating them, you're arranging them. And once you're arranging them, you're taking that document, then you're sending it out, you're getting it edited. And the next thing you know, you're creating a cover. And from there, you're actually turning that thought, that idea, into a physical book. And it's printed and then published and it's in your hand. So the thing I like about it is taking that thought to reality, and writing feels good. I believe when I write a book, it impacts two people, not just the readers, but it impacts and changes me as well. Every book I write has some kind of change. It makes me think further, it empowers me, or it encourages me in a weak place that I'm in. So writing to me is one of the wonders of joys in life to me. Do I worry about book sales? At one point I did. I'm not gonna lie. You create this product, you put it out there, and you're like, you want to sell so many books, you want to sell 100 books, you want to help sell 1,000 books or whatever, because you're comparing yourself to other authors and other writers. But what I had to learn is, number one, we have different audiences, and the audience that you're trying to reach might not be the big majority. So it's like, I'm not writing for the popularity of it. I'm not choosing a topic that everybody wants to hear about. I'm choosing a topic that's in me. The message is in me. So I had to change my focus, to be honest. It turned more from giving the people what's popular or what's out there and being known, into purpose. For every book I write, I see it as a message. And God gave me this message to get out. And this message, the main focus is this message getting to who he wants it to get to. Not so much the masses, but who he wants to get to. If it's just one person, I write a book, it goes to one person buys or one person gets it and it touches their life, I've completed my mission for that book. And it's not my job to make sure it gets in that person's hands. I believe it's God's job to make sure it gets in their hands. He gave me the gift, the talent, the words. Now he's going to create the means for it to get in his hands. All I have to do is take that thought and put it out into reality in the form of a book. How do you write 14 books? You don't stop writing. As the thoughts come and as the ideas come, you put it out there. You just keep going. You don't get limited by what's popular, what's out there, and what's selling. Because, like I said earlier, it's for me, it's not about how many books sells. It's about purpose. It's not popularity. It's about purpose. And every book I write, I want it to impact someone's life. It's not about the quantity of lives it impacts, but it impacts the life of whom God wants it to impact. So to me, it's impact and purpose more so than popularity. So as the thoughts come, I just keep writing. And the thing about me is when I'm writing one book, another book will come in mind. So I'll play with it a little bit. I'll write out the thought, and if the thought stays there and new ideas keep popping up or different topics I'm gonna cover in the book, I know that's gonna be a book. But otherwise, if it's a thought and I sit on it for a day and nothing else comes, that's probably gonna be in a book, but that's not the book. So I just keep going. I don't limit myself. So I would tell anybody who writes, just keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't limit yourself. And be open to all different genres, topics, and just write. If it's in you, write it. Inspiring words to future authors. Don't be afraid to take your thoughts, ideas, and put it on paper. A lot of us who want to write books, you already have the ideas and thoughts, and some of it, and I say this when I do writer workshops, a lot of your book is probably already written. It's on little slips of paper, it's on emails, tweets, Facebook, it's somewhere. And, coming from a poet background, poets write on anything. We write on receipts, we write on paper, we write on back of notebooks, on bulletins at churches. We write on everything. As a poet, when it hits you, it hits you. So I tell people, any future author, I would tell you to don't be afraid to write what's in your heart. Don't worry about critics, what people are going to think, what family's going to think, and what everybody's going to think. Just do it because you have a purpose and a reason for doing it. Knowing why you want to do it, and let that drive you to do it. Don't worry about book sales. Don't worry about critics. Just focus on writing the book. Don't worry about all the other stuff or how you're going to publish it and all of that. Write it first. Get the thought out. Get the idea out. And don't limit yourself. Just because you wrote this book about this topic doesn't mean you can't write a novel about something else or write a book of poetry. Don't limit yourself. Don't box yourself in. And just keep writing. Be inspired. Be encouraged. And write.